Hey everyone, it's Adaptive Goddess, and today I'm going to be starting another module on DBT called Radical Acceptance. So what is radical acceptance? Radical acceptance is acceptance from deep within ourselves about what is. It is the fully opened experience of what reality is, just the way it is in this particular moment. Radical acceptance is not approval or passivity or compassion or love or against change. Being radical acceptant is just being acceptant of what is in its current form. So, there are 5 ways to solve a problem. 1 is to figure out a solution. 2, to change how you feel about the problem. 3, to accept it. 4, stay miserable, as in you don't use any skills. Or 5, to make things worse. So this is when you start acting on impulses, on your anger, when you start not using things like pro and con or other distress tolerance skills. We need to radically accept reality because in order for things to change, we have to accept that reality is what it is so that it can be changed. And rejecting reality doesn't change the fact that it's reality. It's just like saying that you have homework, but you saying you don't have homework doesn't change the fact that you still have homework. And refusing to accept reality can make you stuck in very negative emotions and overwhelming feelings. So there are 3 factors that typically prevent you from accepting reality. 1 is skill, as in you don't have the skills that are necessary in either distress tolerance or in radical acceptance to accept what reality is. 2, you believe that if you accept reality or radically accept reality, that you are either making light of or approving of what reality is. And that is so not the case. That is a complete myth. In order to change reality, you do need to first accept it. And 3, emotions get in your way. So you don't use your distress tolerance skills to kind of help mitigate very negative, powerful emotions. So there are 10 ways that help you to accept reality and to practice accepting reality. So 1 is to say it out loud in a tone that conveys acceptance and belief. So saying over and over and over again, you have homework, will help you accept the fact that you have homework. Allow for thoughts that convey to you what you need to accept or what you want to accept. 3 is imagining in your mind's eye accepting something that you don't want to accept. And this does not have to go as far as like a completely different social ideology. It can be something as simple as you need to accept the fact you have homework. 4 is to actually write out in detail without exaggerating what you need to accept. You need to write out that you need to accept that your dad's dating someone else or that you have homework. 5 is to relax. And as you are saying something or imagining or even writing it out, you do it with a half smile. So you kind of fake a smile to help your body accept what's going on. 6 is imagine all the things you could do if you accepted what you needed to accept. Like, for example, your homework. Think of all the things you could learn if you did your homework. 7 is to rehearse thoughts that you would have if you accepted reality for the way it was. 8 is simple. You behave and act like you've already accepted. You fake it till you make it. So you force your body and you force your thoughts into accepting what already needs to be accepted. 9 is that you allow your mind to be open to the consequences of accepting reality as it truly is. And this can come in the biggest form of what we see right now with movements like Black Lives Matter, where they have seen reality, and there are a lot of people who can't accept that there are things going on in our society, and what those consequences would be if you accepted it is that you have to accept that you have the power and the privilege in our society, and that is a scary thing to try and deal with. 10 is that you allow yourself the space and the time to deal with the sadness and the grief and the anger that comes from radically accepting reality. You give yourself space and time over an overwhelming feeling that you have privilege in a society that you never thought you had, or that you have to do your homework. So again, radical acceptance is not approval or passivity or compassion or love, or means that you're against change. Because changing reality can only happen when you accept reality for the way it is. And by using radical acceptance, you find that you are using already a distress tolerance skill. Typically, radical acceptance is taught around distress tolerance. It can be talked about as its own separate module. I tend to do it separate because it is its own thing that is interwoven within mindfulness and distress tolerance. So there's actually one way that you can concretely practice radical acceptance right now. And so I want you to take a piece of paper. You can pause the video if you need to. Take a piece of paper and a pencil or some writing utensil, and I want you to list one important thing that you need to accept in your life right now. And then down below it, I want you to list one important thing that you need to accept a week from now. And if you want to go on and do a month from now, or a year from now, or 10 years from now. But this will help you literally think and concretely think about things that you need to accept that are going on in your life. Because if you just push it down the road or you brush it off, you are causing yourself to be stuck in pain and negative emotions. So leave a comment down below. What is something that you feel like you just need to accept? I think for me, I need to accept that my living situations may never always be as stable or long-term as I want them to be. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and gently tap that like button. And remember to be kind, compassionate, and true to you.